Hello, welcome to part two of Why I Hate Islam. Now, let's get one thing clear from the outset. I'm not talking about hating Muslims, I'm talking about hating the ideology that Muslims are following and generally just do not understand. There's very little in Islam for the feminists. It's just an ideology written for men, by men, and is really male dominated. One in particular, hadith of Muhammad's sayings, where he's describing hell as a place where there's mainly women. This is because they are disrespectful to their husbands. Why are they disrespectful to their husbands? It is because they have been beaten here on earth. So it's common sense, really, isn't it? And of course, when you look at paradise and how that's described in Islam, it's described as a place of carnal delights, chaste virgin females, and basically things that are for the guys, very little there for the women. But what is there for women is a chance to reunite with their husbands who beat them here on earth. The Quran tends to follow up and back up this view with anti-feminine verses. So, for example, women are encouraged to obey their husbands, so that righteous women are devoutly obedient. But yes, there are some good verses in the Quran. So, for example, in Surah 4, verse 1, it says that women are equal. Yeah, that's fine. But the problem is, these verses are abrogated by verses that follow on. So, for example, in two verses down from that, we have polygamy being allowed. There is a description of treating wives fairly, except what the right hand possesses. So women are seen as possessions rather than as loving wives. And as you read the Quran, you get other verses that contradict what was said before about treating women fairly, when it says you are actually unable to treat your wives fairly. So there we go then. And it also talks about, men excelling women, and where corporal punishment is allowed, even if you think that your wife has been disobedient. In Sharia law, she will get less inheritance, less compensation, and in rape cases, for example, but as she has to produce two witnesses to every one man's, she is really found in mainly if all cases she's found guilty of rape, and she's the one that gets punished. So also in the Quran we have verses that tell how women should speak and how they should behave as well. And then, of course, you've got FGM, which is a big problem. Some people say, well, it's just an African problem, but no, not really. FGM goes on throughout the Islamic world, mainly in Islamic-dominated countries, but also here as well, here in the UK. If you ask an imam, they will tell you, yes, it is allowable and encouraged within Islam to mutilate the female genitalia. In the UK, there are 130,000 cases to date, but as of yet, only one successful prosecution. Now, I guess that's all down to political correctness. I don't know. What do you think? Well, that's it all for me. Join me in part 3. Thank you very much.